You serious?
So yeah, Nick, there's plenty of ways to kill some time out there.
But right now, you're killing some with us. He's Marcus Bronzy.
He's Nick Bright.
Oh shit.
And we are in an echoey room.
Hello. It's like that scene from The Grinch. He's like, you're an idiot. You know, when he goes, he's like, I'm an idiot. And
I'm an idiot.
And then he goes, you're an idiot.
Right, so at the start of every show, we talk about a different way to kill time. We try a multitude of things. This week, it's a digital radio called the Evoke H6 by Pure. It's a stereo DAB radio and DAB Plus, which is, if I'm honest with you, I don't know what DAB Plus is. As a presenter of a DAB station, as well as an FM one sometimes as well, Nick Bright, BBC Radio 1 Extra and Radio 1. What is DAB Plus?
It's just, it's DAB, but with added plus. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Like, is it like there's more stations, more bandwidth there? Because I know with DAB there was a problem with the multiplex or something, so it was full up and they couldn't get any more stations on the multiplex. So then I think DAB Plus was to extend it. I don't know.
Okay,
don't quote me on that.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the DAB Plus line. So this is a Pure Radio. If I'm honest, when digital radios first came out, they were like the easiest to use digital radios, because Pure radios, to me, I've always remembered them just being like a box in the corner with one speaker and a little bit of noise coming out of it. That, like, you know, the old radios where you used to have to, you probably might not remember this if you're under the age of 20, but you used to have to twist the knob to get to get to the right station.
Yeah. And if you didn't rate what was on it, it'd be like some of them were mad sensitive though, innit? It was like nipple tweezing operation to get to the station you wanted.
Some stations were sandwiched on frequencies that I believe you needed the skill set of a safe hacker.
Yeah.
To get to that station.
Like, whereas others, it was just massive. You could get on it and it'd be like, oh, cool. But some of them, it's like...
Some stations are like, catch us on 95 to 105. Yeah. The whole frequency. You're easy. But so in the age of digital radio, I suppose people still want simplicity, but they also want to get access to the digital radios. And this Pure Radio, the H6, gives you FM, DAB, and DAB+. And basically, it's stereo radio, so you get two speakers on it. It's a pretty simple design. It connects to your phone as well, so you can play Bluetooth through it as well, or your computer.
So you can play your own music if you want to.
Has an aux in as well, so if you want to get on the aux lead and start lighting up the game, you can. So it's kind of got everything a radio has. So for me, there's two things that I needed to test with it, which were sound and ease of use. Now, ease of use, I'm going to be honest with you, plugged it in. Because it's digital, it got all the stations straight away, even set its own clock, no problem. Sound-wise, this bitch has got a subwoofer in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got a little sub.
Plug and play as well.
Plug and play, subs in there. Sound-wise, though, it was a little bit bassy for me. And I like, we're bass connoisseurs.
A little bit bassy for you.
But I think the generic setup was a bit warm for me. I reckon, give me that option. But if you give that to someone else who doesn't want the buttery biscuit bass...
I like the buttery biscuit bass, especially as a presenter. Like, I want my voice to sound mad.
Bassy.
Yeah, hey, baby. You're listening to Nick Bright on 1 Extra.
So yeah, I think it sounded good, Nick. It sounded really, really good. It's got an easy to use color screen. It also, do you know what? I'm a bit upset I didn't get to try this out, but it comes with a rechargeable battery, which this is pretty cool. If you charge up the battery and put it in it, it's called a Pack F1, Charge Pack F1. You get 50 hours radio play out of this little radio, which means you could take it to the beach.
You could boombox the ting, old school.
Boombox it with some bass
on the shoulder. You can be like, I said a hippie to the hip. Like, just if you want to take it mad old school, don't have to do that.
So that's it, man. The H6 Evoke Pure. Check that out. Everything we've got at howtokillanhour.com/blog, and there'll be a link to this in the show description. So that's that, man. That's our killer bit this week. Nick, do you like to get high?
What kind of questioning is this?
Do you like to get high?
Do you work for the police?
Do you like to get high?
I'm high off of life all of the time.
So that's a yes. Yeah. There you go. Now, a lot of people are getting high off their phones. Now,
okay.
Apparently, I've heard this, and I didn't know if it was real before. And I've kind of done a little bit of reading around it. And actually, there's a psychological reason why we get quite addicted to looking at our phones. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to pretend I'm not, but I do sometimes check my phone and go, oh, what? Why am I doing that for? Just no reason. Apparently, you get a little bit of dopamine every time you open your phone and it's got a little message in there. You get a little reward. Like, it's kind of like the same sort of feeling, apparently, as if you like get yourself a little chocolate bar, or if you tune that you like. So,
or if you smoke some crack, you know.
Yeah, or if you smoke some crack or take ecstasy, it's the same thing.
Bit of brown in the veins.
Yeah, oh, you know what I mean. Yeah. Couple of swigs of a bottle of vodka, you know what I mean. But Sharon Begley, she's the author of a book called Can't Just Stop, an investigation of impulsions. She thinks we get the same rewarding feeling when we check our phones. Do you think this is true, Nick?
Yeah, I'm always looking at my phone.
Why?
Like, addiction. Like, you got to look at it the same as how smokers, right? When a smoker is, I mean, I don't smoke, but my flatmate does. And whenever we go anywhere, we step outside the yard, lights up a cigarette. Get to where we're going, obviously can't smoke. Steps outside of where he's been, lights up a cigarette. Gets on the bus, can't smoke on the bus or whatever. Gets off the bus, lights up a cigarette. Like, so he's kind of having a cigarette when he's like idle, when he's not doing anything. He's just moving from A to B. Whereas for me, like, I will like wait at the bus stop, phone's out, looking at my phone. Waiting at the train station, phone's out, looking at my phone. Like, I can't just wait somewhere now. It's not something that I do. I can't just stand somewhere and chill and like be with my thoughts. You look at your phone, even if there's nothing to look at, even if you don't have a message, open it. Oh, what was happening on Twitter? Oh, Instagram. Oh, no one's messaged me. No one's liked any of my shit. I'm
no likes.
I'm just going to look for the sake of looking.
Why are we guilty? Like, why have we become like this? Why is it not like something where we just go, at lunchtime, have a look, end of the day, have a look? Why do you think we're on this whole sort
boredom
of checking stuff out?
Because we're a want it now generation where, like, we want to consume everything and anything as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And like, we don't want to wait. Firstly, and secondly, it's like the alternative is literally just standing there. Like, that's the alternative. You got to look at it like, even when we had 3310s and, you know, old school phones which didn't have Wi-Fi and didn't have all of this, you know, amazing technology packed into them, you would still whip out your phone and open up Snake. Like, that's just the way it was.
So you're saying this has always happened.
Yeah.
And it's not something that's a sudden miraculous thing. You think we just got more things to like spend our time on. Do you know what? I like to think I'm not as bad, but maybe I am actually kind of bad, because I'm always listening to audio. Does that count as doing stuff all the time? Does that, like, I'll always be listening to like an audio book or a podcast. Like, I might always be checking my phone, like, oh, are you have I got a message? Have I got likes? But I'll always be doing something. Like, my mind will always be consuming something. Is that the same sort of thing?
You're still hooked on the phone. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you didn't have your phone with you, for example, like, you know, like when your phone runs out of battery, or you leave it at home, or you leave it in the car or whatever, there's like, you get this feeling of like anxiety, don't you? It happens to everyone.
That's not cool.
And it's because
talking about that,
you're hooked on the phone.
That's fucked up.
Like when you lose your phone, for example, there's two feelings that happen. The first feeling is the feeling of dread, like, shit, I've lost my phone. If you're not insured, that's going to cost me money. I'm going to have to get a new phone, blah, blah, blah. The second feeling that kicks in, because if you don't have a lock on your phone, there's obviously way more feelings, because you're like, shit, my email was this, that, blah, blah, blah. But everyone's got a lock on their phone now. But the second feeling that kicks in is like, fuck, what if someone's trying to contact me? Oh, what am I missing out on? Like, I'm not going to be able to message XYZ. So, yeah, for me, like, I think it's just part of 21st century life, man. And we just have to embrace it. What
would you ever, I think you're just going to say no, would you ever be up for doing 24 hours without your phone with consent? Like, could you do it 28 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours? You could do it.
Yeah. I do like little things myself all the time. Not necessarily without my phone, but I'll do things like I'll delete Twitter and I won't use it for 3 days. Like, shit like that all the time, just to keep myself on my toes, you know?
Keep yourself fresh.
Yeah, just like, because otherwise what happens is you literally, like, I'll do it right now. Like, open my phone, click on Twitter, I know exactly where it is. One of the many apps one of the few apps I should say where I know exactly where it is, bang, click on it straight away. other stuff in my phone, I'm like looking for it for ages in all the fucking folders and that. But Twitter's like, bang, refresh the timeline. Yeah. And I'll literally just scroll. Oh, yeah, look at that. But it's like, it's aimless. It's pointless. And there's a study, I was reading about it yesterday at the time of recording this. It's the 7th of March. And was it yesterday I was reading about it, or the day before? But anyway, it doesn't matter. And basically the study is that there's a theory now that more people are feeling depressed and alone because of social media, which is ironic because it's called social media. But it goes back to what we were saying on the last episode, which is that there's less reasons to interact with people properly now because of social media. You can tweet them, you can email them, you can text them. You don't have to meet someone face to face or even talk on the phone or FaceTime or whatever. So more and more people are becoming depressed and feeling lonely. And also more and more people are feeling envious and jealous of other people's lives because they see perfection on social media. Because don't forget, people will only upload perfection.
Exactly. Yeah, you need to, like, if this is you, like, and this might not be you, but if you listener, like, ever wonder why looking at social media gets you down, it's because who's gonna post on social media, fuck yeah, I feel knackered today. I feel a bit down. Do you know what? I went for a job, didn't get it.
Look, who's gonna post a
Ran
picture
out of money
on Instagram of them in their tiny box bedroom, right? Where they've got their pants and socks drying on the fucking area in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
They ain't posting that.
Nah.
They're posting when they've managed to blag their way into a 5-star hotel or get an upgrade somewhere, and they're like, living, like, people only post the good shit. The best shit, the best of the best. And there's people out there as well who they spend hours deliberating over what to post. It's a strategy. It's not just that. Don't think it's flippant. Don't think it's like they're just living their life and they go, I'll take a picture of this and post it. Like, some people, they agonize over shit. Don't like the way I look in that picture. The background's a bit shit. Like, it's not flippant. So, like, my thing for everybody is like, and it took me a long time to get to this stage because I was very guilty of feeling that way. Like, I used to look at social media and think, like, I don't get it, man. I've got like a good job, like, you know, I work with celebrities and blah blah blah, like, but other people's lives just look so much better than mine. And then I was just like, well, it's because they're only posting the amazing shit. Like, obviously, don't get me wrong, there are people out there that do have better lives than others. That's just how life works in general. But don't feel too bad just because of what you see on social media, because at the end of the day, none of it's real.
Exactly.
It's all bullshit.
Me and Nick don't even exist.
Yeah.
My name's not even Marcus Bronzy.
That's true.
Let's be honest. I'm not even Marcus.
My real name is my real name, but Marcus's real name over there, he's lying. Marcus's real name is Marcus Ojulegba.
Ojulegba now.
It's something like that, though.
Is Marcus avoiding the feds?
I know it's Nigerian.
Oh, most definitely.
Ojulegba is Nigerian. It's a song.
It's not Ojulegba. It's got a silent G in it. I've got a silent G.
Marcus Gnome.
Close.
Okay.
No, joking. But yeah, so no, Nick, right, that's right, man. Just it is easy to fall into that gap. I think maybe that's what I always try and keep in mind. So when I check out social media, I'm like, oh, that's nice, and carry on. What's funny is that everybody looks at social media so much, or shall I say most people do, that I've had people go to me, oh, you see that funny thing on Twitter today? I'm like, nah. And they're like, what? It's like the news now.
Yeah.
Twitter is the news.
Yeah, it's like my flatmate's got a real job, unlike me.
Yeah.
And the other week, I can't even remember what it was. It was something mundane or well, not mundane. It was something just like that was dominating Twitter. Yeah. And then he got back from his job, and I said, "Oh my God, have you seen XYZ? Blah blah blah." And then he was like, "No." And then I did exactly what you said. I said to him, "It's been all over Twitter. How have you not seen it?" And he's like, "I'm at work. I'm not checking Twitter." And I'm like, "Checking Twitter is my work." Yeah.
It's I'm professional updates. That's what it is. Speaking of jobs, Nick,
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. That's right. The time has come now where you can get a job entirely in VR.
Okay.
Right. If you've dreamed of going to work on a sofa, never having to deal with the cold and wet, especially if you're in Britain, your day has arrived. Social VR platform Geekzonia, I don't know why it's called Geekzonia, is advertising for a VR events host. It's a full-time job in virtual reality. The company says the role would suit an enthusiastic and passionate geek that would... Look at Nick's face. You just hear Nick's like... Apparently you'll be living for 24/7 in a virtual reality Comic-Con filled with the latest geek content from movie studios, games publishers, TV networks and geeky brands. Living in VR, working in VR. We're here, Nick. I can go to work. I can get up, fart, put on the headset, and I'm at work. I don't even have to get up now.
That's not work, though.
It's my job.
Like,
says the guy who just said he checks.
no, but like, I'm so against. I mean, we spoke about this numerous times on the podcast, but I'm so against like not going out into the real world and talking to real people and seeing real people and having human contact is so important. Like, I sound like some kind of old mum now, like, or psychiatrist, but the shit is so important. Like, it's cool. It's a wicked technological advancement, like, and it's great for technology. But I just think like the person who does that, the people that do that job, they're going to be depressed because let's be honest, 90%, when you're an adult anyway, 90% of your social circle is people that you work with. Like the other 10% is probably people that you've managed to stay in touch with from uni, school, college, whatever. But 90% is people that you worked with. If you've got no place of work, you've essentially not really going to have any friends. So it's like that person that does that job. It's not like they would put on the headset, do the job, when the day's finished, take off the headset and go out and meet their real friends. Because they probably won't have no real friends. Because their real friends are in the fucking VR world.
Yeah, so they just go to the VR pub. You say, look, I'll see you at the VR pub. We'll meet up at say, we'll log in at 5.
So you never take the headset off? No. Basically, you live in the headset?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Shower and eat maybe out of it. Pop it back on again.
Why don't you just have a shower in the headset as well?
Why
like,
not? Waterproof, Nick. I'm on board.
Not even. No. Just your. You don't actually have a shower. Your VR character.
Even better.
He has a shower.
I'm down for that.
You won't even have one.
I'm down for. I mean, I'm for it, Nick. Fuck it, for it. Why not? Stay at home, but as long as there's some element of communication, like actual talking. As long as it's not like you put on a headset and just type in the words that you want to say to each other. I mean, I like a VR job. That's cool, man. I would do that. Wouldn't it be good if we could do that?
Sorry, I'm eating porridge.
That's all right.
It sounds like a VR job. Sounds like some kind of way of having sexual like escapades using virtual reality. Maybe you've coined a new phrase. I'm looking forward to getting a VR job tonight.
Oh yeah, VR job. I mean? Yeah. So I went on a date. What'd you get? I got a VR job.
She gave me a VR job, mate. Oh, it was gorgeous.
I thought you'd be well into that. I'm well into not VR jobs, but yeah, you know what though? I do with this whole thing about social interaction. It's quite interesting because I get told I'm weird sometimes by my mates. Like everyone says it because I'll be like in a shop or something, and I'll talk to the person that's serving me. Or I'll chat to a waiter or waitress or whatever, and they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm just like, I'm chatting. What, are you trying to chat them up? No, I'm just talking to them, like, just talking.
It's mad, isn't it? Because, like, the generation above us, so, like, our parents and that, although they're savvy with phones and all the rest of it, like, my dad can use an iPhone and all the stuff, but because they grew up where, like, people communicated or they, like... it wasn't like you were consumed by your phone all the time. Yeah. They can't understand it. Yeah. Like, I went to Rio with my dad last year. And, like, he just couldn't understand how and why all the time everyone was just, like, looking at their phones. Like, in the stadium where we was watching the athletics, everyone's just looking at their phone. Like, going to a bar, everyone's looking at their phones. Like, it started getting on his nerves.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not looking down at your phone, I suppose it feels pretty antisocial. Like, if you're the only one, like, hey.
I sometimes, it's one of the things that I really hate about myself. Like, I notice that I do it now. And it's like, I can be out at a meal with people and I'm like, I notice that I'm looking at my phone and I'm trying to be a better person and I'm trying to keep my phone in my pocket. But this shit's hard.
How can we do it, Nick? So between us this run of episodes and us next meeting up, what can we do to try and be a little bit less on our phones? Can we do a little challenge not a challenge, but something that we can try and adhere to, and then we can catch up and see if it's worked?
It's hard to qualify it though, isn't it? Because like we could just lie.
I'm sure there's an app for that.
I could just be like, no, I didn't use the phone at all, innit? Like I threw it away. Like when I've been on it like every day.
I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and not look at my phone till after breakfast every day. Now that sounds easy. But the first thing I always do is wake up and open my phone.
Bruv, my phone, this is not even a lie. My phone sleeps in my bed with me. In
the bed?
Not on the bedside table. In the bed. Under the covers.
No way.
It's in the covers.
No way. That's not good.
I swear on my life.
That's not good.
Because the charger, the part of the reason as to why it's like that, let me just qualify it again, is because I've only got a bedside table on one side of my bed. On the other side, I don't have a bedside table, and the phone charger's on the side that doesn't have a bedside table.
Right.
So I'd have to put it on the floor, and I'm always paranoid that if it's on the floor, for some reason, I won't hear the alarm because it's like further from my ear.
Okay.
If that makes sense. But when I stay at my girlfriend's, like she's got bedside table on both, so it's on the bedside table. I don't like sleep with the phone and spoon with it. Like,
yeah, I can imagine you tuck it in it having a little pajama hat that you put on it.
It's got a phone pillow.
You read it a little story. Oh, good night, little one.
No, it's not like that, but it is in the bed with me, and it's mad. Like it's quite nice though, because when the alarm goes off in the morning, like I get the sound of the alarm, but also the vibration in the bed wakes me up.
Yeah. All right. Well, would you be up for trying that then? Not opening your phone till after breakfast. Trying it.
Well, it depends what time you have breakfast.
I wake up, work out, then have breakfast.
That's a long time.
I'm not gonna lie. Can I break this a little bit? I want to open my phone just to put on some music though. Other than that,
no.
Oh come on! I want music.
I don't trust you because you will look at your Instagram or your Twitter. Like you won't be able to help yourself.
I might dig out an MP3 player from somewhere.
Yeah, you have to get a CD Walkman.
Fuck it, a tape player. Get one of those. Anyway, there's plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with him, Nick Bright.
And him, Marcus Bronzy.
Chat.